All right. So I don't know what I'm gonna want to build. Little building. Scale modeling. Gunpla. All right. That's my box. All right. Let us. Let's see. Scheduling. Whippy, you are indeed first. It's been 2 minutes, and I'm way earlier. Yeah, you are first. My bot was first. Yeah. I'm real happy to find you here because, you know, I'm on like a whole hour and 15 minutes early, and I tried, and I figured, you know what, I'm gonna try a just chatting stream for now. Because I don't know what to build. I have a lot of new loot to show. I have some new emotes to show off as well. And just a lot of stuff I would like to discuss with people as well in terms of the direction I'm debating about taking the stream into. And I thought, you know, let's just do that on a Monday morning. Slowly but surely while we have a coffee and chat. So how are you doing? Oh! My friend, you are the very first to use the emote. Congratulations. It's special, isn't it? It's very much me. We can very, very often see me taking a sip of coffee on my stream. I did some cleaning behind me. I don't know if you noticed, like on the bottom shelf, I had some white bins with oh yeah, and the timing was perfect. Clip that if you can. Here, I'm gonna try. Yeah, it's within 30 seconds. Anyway, let's see. First time using the emote, and I just so happened to take a sip of coffee. Yeah, I had a chance to do a real nice cleanup, so everything that's behind me is, you know, nice, and there's no plastic bags and no bulk of any kind, except, you know, all the way above where we can't see. And who is here? Stream Stickers? Stream Stickers said something? Really? What did Stream Stickers say? Okay, that was weird. Welcome to today's stream. Yeah. Oh, Stream Stickers just kind of told people. Right. Oh. Interesting. Yeah. It's weird. It didn't do that last time. But yeah, I've been using an extension for a while, and I am trying to, quote unquote, push it a little bit. I'd like people to unlock some extra, because you can unlock up to 30 custom stickers, right? And if you look at all the free ones are at the beginning. They're for all the people that are the most active, including my own family members in my house, right? So, which are not necessarily reflected on my page's stats, but you know, because by default there's only 12, 12 slots, if I remember correctly. And like you Whippy, right? So you do catch my stream often enough that I would like to, you know, be able to put your sticker in there, and the sticker would be of your current minifig, basically, right? Anyway, that's the idea. It's not, and I mean, no pressure at all, and it's more fun to do when there's lots of people around anyway. But how they kind of push that is people need to spend a little bit in order to unlock all those slots, right? And I think it's about maybe 1,000 bits worth per slot or something. Like, it's not ridiculously high. Well, Whippy, I mean, let me put it this way. The people I care about the most, right? The people I connect with the most, the people I you know, genuinely feel, yeah, like a good, strong connection with, you know? People that if we were to meet in real life, we would be friends and we would be having coffee and, you know what I mean? So it applies to a good number of people. But you are definitely amongst them, my friend, because I know my schedule is really hard for you, but when you can, you're here, and that's absolutely fantastic. So same with me and your stream, right? So it's, I catch it when I can, and it is what it is. Exactly. And the way I worded it is, you know, using the stats, right? The people that are basically the most active, right? So like my top 3 most active right now definitely have their own, right? But then it's sort of a mix of different people that at the time when I did my last update, those people happened to be very active, but they're not necessarily very active now. So anyway, like I said, having more slots would sort of expand that flexibility. Good morning, Blue Wolf. How are you doing this morning? And a first-time viewer, that's always very special. I love meeting new people. And how long does the sticker stay up? I programmed it so it would be like medium time kind of thing. Not, you know, not super short, not, I think you can boost it up to like a minute. That would be a little too long, right? Actually, I can tell you, give me a sec. Stream stickers. I don't even think it says. And yeah, always curious how you found me, Blue Wolf. I do stream from time to time in the just chatting category, and you know, I am primarily a Lego builder. As you can see behind me, lots and lots of Lego sets. That's about half as full as I would like it to be. I have tons of stuff I need to build, and yeah. So Blue Wolf says, just got some Lego sets on my garage to build later on. I built a new Sanctum Sanctorum yesterday. Wow, that looks like a fantastic build. I did not get it because I saved my money for the 3rd, and I ordered the Lion Knight's castle, and that's on its way. Like, it just shipped end of last week kind of thing, and fingers crossed it will be in at some point this week. So you search up Lego on Twitch. Fantastic. So yeah. And this stream will eventually turn into either Lego or Gunpla. If you don't know what Gunpla is, it's basically these mobile suit Gundams. My gosh, there's way too much light on this one. Anyway, I have a really nice build cam on the side that I switch to when I do build. So fantastic, good to know. Yeah, and I was hesitating about putting the tags when I went under just chatting, but yeah, I mean, regardless, I'm gonna chat about Lego and Gunpla. That's a given. So there we go. And I do chat a great deal about mental health when people open up, and I find it's really important to shatter all those various taboos about various mental conditions, neurodivergence, or like just in general, basically. So yeah, thanks for being here. My gosh. So, who do we have here? We have Crazy Kiwi. My gosh, Crazy Kiwi. I tried to stay up, my friend. Oh, I go to bed very early. And I wake up very early. And I really tried, and I couldn't. My apologies. But I wish you the very best birthday today, my friend. I am so happy I found you, maybe like a month ago or more. And yeah. Very happy birthday to you, my friend. So yeah. So you're big into Lego, Marvel, DC, Jurassic Park. Nice, nice. Yeah. And I like to. I love all themes, right? And I like to mix and match. So as an example, on the very top of the diner here. Oh, and by the way, folks, you can interact with the lights. I made it very cheap, so it's 100 channel points. My channel points are called snots for stud not on top, and you can change the color. The colors of the light. And but you see, I've got an Avengers helicarrier right on top of the diner and the assembly square, and I've got a T-Rex up there also joining in the action. So I like to mix and match things as much as possible. So it's really fun. I find that the most amount of themes that can be mashed in together, the most fun I have, and the most my imagination gets sparked. So and part of what I wanted to do in the stream today is show some of the stuff I got yesterday. So there's a wonderful. Actually, just give me one quick moment before I get sidetracked. There's something I wanted to do, but just before I forget, I met someone yesterday, and I want to send them a link to my page in case they're on, so they can come and see, because I'm gonna shout them out. Whoop! I'm gonna shout them out live. They have a store, and anyway, let me just see here. Give me a sec. What? So yeah, the 2 or 3 year Dark Age Blue Wolf is what we call it, and there's nothing wrong with that. We all have them from time to time. So, there you go. So I found a wonderful shop in Quebec City that basically deals they deal only in retired sets. So they're not trying to compete at all with what's going on in the quote unquote current in production market. They will take new sets if people bring them. They're going to put them in a vault, and when they do retire, they bring them out, because they give a fair amount of money for sets, and they don't want to be stuck selling used sets for, say, what they would be brand new, and anyway, and they're very fair. They use Bricklink, last 6 months average of that for their sale prices, and they and of course, new and used, and it's very, very good anyway. So and it's a store called Brickberry and they have an online presence, but it's very small, and they really do mostly face to face. But I mean, if someone wants to contact them directly and say, hey, would you happen to have this set? Like, they would ship it, but they don't go into the effort of putting out their inventory online and everything. So there are some gems in that store. So for someone that has money that they want to spend on, I'm talking 40-year-old sets here. So it's a niche. It's a well-kept secret, I think. So Blue Wolf says, I have a ton of sets that I bought but never built. Tons of Harry Potter, Marvel, Overwatch. I used to want to collect every Lego Batman figure. More recently, I've been ordering on Bricklink some things I wanted. Monster Fighter is something I wish I could buy, but they are also very expensive. Or the Vampire Bride and some of the other figures from there, since they were much cheaper. Yeah, good for you, good for you. And that store I found had tons of stuff. That they had the haunted house, and I mean, yeah, the prices were according to the market, but it's pretty nice. It's a guy that's basically retired that does this, for fun. And as far as he has a commercial space and everything that he leases, and clearly probably his goal is probably just to break even, right? And you know, maybe make it a little bit to have more Lego himself. But it's anyway, it's very, very nice. And I'm gonna show off some of the sets I got. And some of them, I mean, all of them were really good prices. Big showpiece I got was, oh, actually, let me grab it from up here. So when they get a set, that's not, that they don't have the box for, well, they make a box, you know, and they print and color the front of the box. And so yeah, I tried to get this set a couple times and I always kind of fell through. But yeah, it's the Hidden Side paranormal bus that looks absolutely fantastic. And it's used, clearly, no box, but the instructions are in there. And it says some of the stickers are a little crooked, you know, it's clear they were installed by a kid. But the price is very good. It was $70 Canadian. And because I brought in some stuff to trade in, I didn't pay taxes on that. So that was really sweet. So I'm really happy about this set. This is something I'll be able to build on stream. My daughter's away to a day camp for a whole week. And that's why I went to this guy, because it was about an hour and 15 minutes or so door to door. And it was on the way. So what do we have here? We have a new friend. That new friend is Blue Wolf, Blue Wolf 34E. Thank you so much for the follow. It is greatly appreciated. I have a good feeling that we'll be good friends for a long time. Yeah, and our community is called the Friendly Minifigs. I made, actually named their community last week. So probably there's probably few people that are aware. I think I talked about it once. But yeah. Oh yeah, there we go. Yeah, my little bot takes care of telling you a few cool things, and yeah. So anyway, I'm really looking forward to this, and I won't be building it this week for sure because my daughter's away for a whole week at a camp, basically. You know, like sleeping over there and everything. Like it's like I said, it's an hour and 15 minutes away drive. So no, we would kind of bring her back and forth every day. So, and it's up it's up in the mountain, and it's nice little cabins and stuff, and it's glamping, I guess is what they would call it. The figures this is my first set. I do not know. As far as I can tell, yes, they were very much loved, and people were very sad when this line was retired. Right when they killed the entire line. This is one set. Now this one is brand new in the box. So I got it, like I said, because I had a credit and because I had never seen this set before, and it just looked amazing to me. And I looked it up, and it's basically the actual MSRP of when this set was in print. So very fair for a brand new in the box, never opened set. So and it looks, I mean, it's a bat. Might be kind of hard to tell at first, but you've got the two little ears, and anyway, it's from the Lego Batman movie, and I really liked all the villains and all the minifigs. There's a Gordon, and there's is her name Montoya or something like that, if I remember correctly. Anyway, we've got Joker and Poison Ivy, and maybe that's is that a Robin in disguise? I don't know. And anyway, then of course there's a Batman. So yeah, and the guy told me, yeah, I have built this, and it was his favorite set of the entire line, and way underrated. So he told me it's a really fun build, and when I looked at all the playability, the throwing, there's an action of throwing a net. I mean, anyway, it all looks really fun. So this looks like my kind of set that I'm really going to enjoy, and it will be fun. It will be very much part of the action in my city. Yeah, some ideas flowing there. Maybe something next to the police station. There'll be a showdown between this and something else. So yeah, well, that's one. And then the rest are all sets that my daughter chose. So just bring them here. by one, one by one, by one. What else we got? Oh yeah, and of course. So they had a huge selection of collectible minifigures, and my daughter didn't know that there were Unikitty ones, so she chose like the angry one, and one of the cute ones that's like I guess like a baking type of theme that looks really fun. So yeah, yeah. You know what? I'm gonna remove that stream stickers bot because I didn't have it before. I don't know why it just kind of turned back on, but it is bugging me. So just bear with me. So is this? So for preferences, then stickiness. Chat alert. There you go. So I'm gonna disable the chat alert. Yeah, it will show on stream. Oh yeah, the Lego Batmobile. Yes, I have a clip of that for my subscribers. Let me just play it for you. I think. So yeah. So there's a little clip. There you go. So yeah. Very appropriate. Okay, so there we go. Remove that chat alert because yes, it was getting on my nerves. I don't know. It sounds like it turned itself back on somehow. I don't know why or how. Okay. Close this here. Okay. Oh. Yeah, and unfortunately, I saw the movie late, like maybe a couple years later, and the movie definitely came out during a dark age for me. So I don't have anything from that from that line, except that set I just picked up, and maybe a few. I get a few of the minifigs that came out relating to that movie and the collectible minifigure line that I got in bulk. I have maybe 4, 5, 6 of those. So, but yeah, so it's pretty cool. Okay, yeah, I was gonna show more sets. So yeah, you're gonna see a theme. My daughter likes the Batman universe, so there we go. So there's a really nice little Batgirl Brickhead. So $24.99. So these retailed for $12.49 basically when they came out in Canada. So double MSRP. I can live with that for something cool like this. I am usually not one to overpay for out of print sets, but my daughter wanted it, and like I said, I had the store credit because I traded in a bunch of stuff. So why not, right? YOLO. They also introduced a lot of cool building techniques. Oh yeah, and the new pieces. I'd recommend the Clayface set and the Batwing. I did see the Clay. Oh, Zenora! How are you doing this morning, my friend? Hi. I also scored this, and it basically was a MSRP. I mean, it's 4 minifigures for $20, and they're spacemen. They're like classic spacemen. So that to me was a no-brainer to get. So I love it. I am going to use these. Actually, they will go in the pile of minifigs that my subscribers can choose to have as an avatar for sure. Because I mean, these are just awesome. Yeah, I can see people jumping on those. Yeah, I'm doing quite well. I decided to start off early, like way early. Like I guess I'm about 50 minutes early now from my regular start time, and I thought let's start with just chatting and not worry about building. Don't know what I'm gonna build, but I'm sure I'll get to that hopefully. So yeah. So you have the Lego Movie 2 set sealed. New in my garage with the rest of the Dark Age purchases. Okay. Bought a few sets from my Dark Age. Oh, well, okay, hang on. I don't think it qualifies as a dark age if you purchase during that period, right? Even if you don't build it, it's like you own it. It's just a matter of building it later. So, what I think, what I refer to it anyway, and you can do whatever you want, is stuff you missed out on because you were not in the hobby at all, and you have a huge FOMO, right? Afterwards, you're like, oh man, I just missed out on all this. And then usually when you come back in the hobby, you kind of go all in on many of the things that you like because you're like, oh, I never want to miss out again, right? So, but yeah, it might be, it might have a different meaning in different parts of the world, perhaps. I don't know, but that's what I thought a dark age was. And please correct me if I'm wrong, because I have been known to be very wrong on very many things, and I'm the first to admit it. So. I'm in a very good mood. I have some new emotes to show off. 2 emotes that were approved last night. Let me just put them here. So I've got a wonderful drinking coffee one that's that was finally approved, and I've got a cookie eating one that was also approved. Yeah. The animated ones don't work that well on the screen, but anyway, they look good right over there. Yeah. So he started like on 2013 and went until about 2020. That one is when I slowed down, pretty much packed away all of it. Okay. Well, I mean, and if you decide to do get stuff from 2020, between 2020 and today, that stuff is not super expensive yet. And there's much of it's still in print as well. So yeah, thanks. So yeah, those were the 2, and there was one, hang on, are all 9 here? Yes. Oh, and this one was finally approved as well. Yeah, I kind of missed that one. So this is the smart emote. Placing your kind of pointing to your big brain move or something along those lines. What was I gonna say? Yeah. Because I definitely have lots and lots of moments that you guys will want to use that. For such as right now, and seems my brain is slowing down for some odd reason. Is your emotes based around a favorite figure or character of yours? It's basically it's heavily inspired by where did it go? Well, I don't know where it went. Because it wasn't. It's not down here. No. It was nearby. It must be in the city somewhere. Yeah. Has to be in the city somewhere. I could have sworn it was handy. Huh. Anyway, maybe here? No. That red dragon, that red heavy metal dragon from the video line. It was the first time I saw an actual minifig scale, right? Dragon, right? So it's based on a dragon, and had a team work on that, and they kind of showed me a few different ideas. One was silver, one was gold, and anyway, I really like the gold one. And yeah, that's basically what that is. And wow, where is that minifig? I do not know. I know I had it handy, but oh, here it is. Okay, yeah, I knew it was somewhere close. So this guy right here, is who it's based. And the warg underneath has nothing to do with it, but yeah. So this is the minifig it's based on. Basically, told the design team, take this guy, but make him friendlier, and yeah, because I was born in 1976, dragon as per the Chinese New Year, and yeah, when I first saw that minifig, I was like, this is so me, and yeah, that's how this came about. Thanks for the question. also wanted I wanted a logo in emotes that would be gender neutral. So you know, I thought that was just, you know, perfect. Yeah, the video sets are expensive these days, but the figure and pieces are some of the best. I agree. One of my orders from Bricklink was a vampire guitarist girl from video. Oh yes, nice. She is just, and her axe, I like it. I've got her right here. Hang on. This gal, right? Yeah. Isn't she fantastic? Yeah, the printing and the hair. I mean, the hair is just gorgeous, right? Yep, and definitely see the fangs. And her printing is just out of this world, right? Really nice outfit, so. Yeah, oh yeah, it's just, and, you know, the tattoos, and I mean, it's just great. It's just great in every way. Oh yeah, completely understand that, Crazy Kiwi. You have a good rest of your birthday, my friend, and you take care, and I will catch up with you later. Oh, and I do have a sleep emote that was approved last week as well. This one right here. So yeah, lots and lots of cool emotes. Yeah, and I try to have as many of the cool figures as I can, so that way yeah, people just need to sub for 1 month. They don't need to have it ongoing or anything. So like I said, people choose the minifig that they will have in my town, and oftentimes if they ask specific, like I may not have them all there. If they ask specifically for a figure, I might just try to go and hunt it, and if it's not too expensive, and have it for them, you know, in my Lego town, basically. I'll show you what I usually do here. So on my build cam, right here, I'm going to have me. Right now, I'm in the Monkey Kid mech suit, and this is an actual minifig of me that I made of myself. And this is true vintage. So in other words, it came in bulk, and that that dent in it is you know, it's a true dent from a kid probably. And look, there's more scuff marks in the back. And anyway, like I said, it was the head that spawned all this. Now, this guy clearly has, you know, bifocals or trifocals like I have, and a little beard and everything, and very much represents me very well. And there, he's in the Monkey Kid suit. Oh yeah, and I can show the maybe a little bit later. I'll show the last set I built. I finished building it off stream. It was the Monkey Kid HQ, and it's right behind me. You can see it right here. But yeah, I'm gonna keep going with the loot I got. So another set that my daughter chose was this one. So again, very affordable, very good, fair price. Probably about what it was MSRP back when it came out. And I mean, Catwoman on a very cool purple motorcycle, and you know, the little mirrors that are sort of like the cat's ears, and it is just absolutely adorable. And the wings on the Batman and everything. Anyway, it looks like fun. Look forward to building that with her. I'm not sure. Oh yeah, it's a 6858. So yeah, 6858 is from let me see. When I go 6858, it's probably about 5 whoops. 6858. It was from 2012. So 10 years. My gosh. 10 years already. So yeah, I remember seeing that in stores and for whatever reason, and yeah, I never had that set, so it's gonna be fun. And it's oh, see, yeah, the price was good because it's a resale. Like it's not a brand new in the box. It's a used set, but hey, I'm not complaining. Another set my daughter chose is this one right here. My daughter does like Overwatch from time to time, and again, price was very fair. You know, $20 Canadian for Tracer and Widowmaker, and it's definitely from a dark age. You know, from a time we didn't do Lego at all. So yeah, it's gonna be fun to build that together as well. And that's it. I already showed the Brickhead. Yeah. So yeah, that was the loot. That was the haul. Yeah, I did pretty good. I walked in with about that number of sets, somewhere larger, of course, and I walked away with pretty much the same number of sets, just smaller ones. So I mean, the way the store traded was at they pay 50% of the Bricklink value, right? Of the current value of that set, of the sets I brought in, and so essentially you walk away with a 2-for-1, and you don't have to deal with that. I brought in quite a few. So yeah, I brought in about let me see, 2, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So technically, like about 8 sets, but you know, 2 of them were minifigs. Yeah, I brought in a little bit more than that, but it was a bunch of medium stuff. And anyway, it was quite all right. And I completely understand. Like at the end of the day, a store needs to make money to pay rent and all that stuff. And I was happy to save myself the hassle of having to deal with 10 different people. Oh, nice, Blue Wolf. Yeah. Oh, there we go. Change the colors. Nicely done, friend. Yeah, that's how it's done. That is how it's done. Let me see. Are there any news? Have a quick peek. Anything going on? No. No? Okay. All right. A moment here. This. Sometimes it's 7:50. Okay. Okay. So, yeah, that was a lot of chatting. I'm gonna switch back to my face cam. I wanna chat some more. I'm not quite up to building quite yet. Oh, Blue Wolf! Thanks so much. Now, I think I know which minifig you're gonna want, right? But I will show them all to you, right? So just bear with me. Oh. I will show them all to you, the line that's currently available. Thank you so much, friend. We're gonna print your plate, and we're gonna make you right at home. So let me see, overhead cam. We're gonna switch to the overhead cam, and I'm gonna scroll through this very slowly. And oh, just a moment. I need to answer this. My apologies. My gosh, it took a little bit longer than I expected, but I had to get 2 appointments done for my wife. So, okay. So sorry, Blue Wolf. You probably looked at the top of Minifig's heads. Thank you, thank you. So, thank you, thank you. I hope you're still around, Blue Wolf. I'm gonna scroll. Perfect, perfect. So I'm gonna scroll through these very slowly. Have a good look, and please let me know if you need me to pause or we'll scroll back. But yeah, there you go, like this. And hang on, I can bring that in a little closer as well. So there's lots and lots of cool guys. There you go. This. There. You like the flaming Captain Marvel. I mean, isn't she amazing? Look at that. And I brought a little stud with her. Hang on. She's from the helicarrier, the smaller helicarrier from a couple of years ago. That's a mighty fine choice. And should you choose to resub, you can change these every month if you feel like it. So it's all good. And oh, Whippy said, "Oh my God, Whippy, you just threw me off." There, yes, the vampire guitarist is who I figured. Now, Whippy, hang on, you do have. You do have Nick Fury, right? And you let me know. Whoops. You let me know if you want to change. Yeah, it doesn't take me much to get confused. So sort of the next line I was waiting for was for Blue Wolf to tell me, what minifig they wanted. So I, not even looking at your name, Whippy, I just went and grabbed that one. Just one of the many quirky ways that my brain works, so it's all good. Yeah, Nick Fury is perfect, and like I said, on your resubs, should you decide to change, you are more than welcome. Sometimes change is as good as the rest, they say, right? Sometimes it's just it just feels right. Yeah, and I'm constantly adding new minifigs to this. And new ones become available as people swap them out, and I do my best to not have any repeats at all in these. So in other words, there's only going to be one Batman and one of each character if you want. Okay, and we are going to get your plate ready. So let me turn this on. I'm gonna turn on the printer right here, and I'm gonna copy your name like this, and P-Touch. Oh yeah, I think you told me. Yeah, that's fantastic. What a great value too for the price they ask for this thing. And what you can do with it. I think it was 99 Canadian. Like it really wasn't bad at all. Print. Get the scissors. And I am pretty bad at remembering to bring out the minifigs, so you don't be shy to let me know and tell me, hey, take me out of the cupboard, please, when you have a moment, and I will gladly do so. And there you go. And it's really easy because now that your name's on the plate, we can easily switch out the minifig, should you choose to switch her. There. Blue Wolf gets to hang out with Whippy. B-Touch Cube. Yep. Our stream stickers is still at it? But I disabled it. Why is it still going? Oh my gosh, hang on. It is not supposed to be bugging anymore. Stream stickers, preferences, chatbot. Oh, right. Hang on. So yeah, there we go. Chatbot. Is your desk on a slope? My desk on a slope? No. No. It's perfectly straight. Why do you ask? I'm still playing with the angles, and I am, yeah, I'm still playing with the angles, and to be honest, I'm very open to constructive feedback because, you know, maybe there is a better way, right, of doing something sometimes that I haven't thought of. And I have found this to be a decent angle to be able to see what's going on building wise, you know, without being too high or too low. Because I can show you here, right? We could go as low, you know, we could go super low, right here. We could go super low like this if we wanted to. Like right on the table if we wanted to, right? There's many different things we could do. So we could go super high up like this and go, whoops, did I just, oh my gosh. Oh, that was my bad. Yeah, there you go. Okay, I don't think my camera likes me playing with it like this. I'm gonna put it back. Oh my gosh. Yes, my it is on an angle leaning back, and the reason is I'll show you here. Let me just kind of put that back here where it was. So yeah, I found this particular angle to be quite good to really capture what's going on. Here, you know, and I've because we got this, we got that. It hides the cables, right? It hides all the stuff back there, right? So, oh, I see. I get it now. And maybe now that we can see the bottom of the screen, the bottom of the monitor, it's a little bit more obvious, right? And when I build, and when I build, what I do over here, I always have a container, right, with all the bricks or gunpla stuff handy, and yeah, that's sort of the main setup. So, aloha kra, how are you doing this morning, my friend? Yeah. It made the nameplate vertical, which made the table look sloped. Oh, okay, I get it. Yeah. Hey. Okay, so I'm gonna close this. There you go. Perfect. And whoops, I got that guy here that I showed earlier. And okay, sounds good. My weekend was good. My weekend was busy though. Yesterday I drove my daughter, I guess, about an hour and a half away from here. Yeah, it's an hour and a half actually. Yeah, it's an hour and a half away from here each way. But I also hit a nice independent Lego store really close to there. So yeah, so I scored some nice loot. And how about you? How was your weekend? Oh, there you go. I'm done my coffee. Okay. Um, Glad for the work week. Okay, okay. Well, that's sometimes that is all we need, right? Sometimes work is good to distract us from things and stuff. um, what was I going with this? The light here is on. Where was I going with this? Oh yeah, I still haven't decided what I was going to build today. Seriously. Um, oh yeah, my son. Because my daughter's away all week, so we at camp. You know, the glamping, I guess, is what you could call it, and he intends to build the Pirates. Well, to keep building the Pirates of Barracuda beta he started a while back, fully on stream. So, but he is not an early bird, so odds are, I'll still keep doing my regular thing in the morning, and we'll probably kind of restart later, like afternoon or whatever, when he's ready for it. And that's not going to be very demanding for me because, he's the one building, and, I'm just here chatting and stuff. As a matter of fact, that's what I've been doing for the last hour. That's been fun. I'm streaming under just chatting and not, not putting any pressure on myself as to what to build or, what to do. I do have a Discord. It's under, well, yeah, you can call it out if you'd like. You can use socials with an S or just Discord, and it will give you the link. Well, all the links actually. So yeah. So like this here. Boom. So yeah, that link will bring you to all various ways you can connect with me. Yeah. Yeah. So let me think. What could I build that would be kind of what? I mean, it could be. No. Sorry, I'm just thinking out loud. I could be crazy and start the boutique hotel, but I don't know. That seems like a bit much right now. You guys can have a look. Let's see. Go back. I'm gonna go back to the face cam. You can have a look at what I have to build. See, I have yeah, there's a bunch that my son wants to build. So like he wants to build the Dagobah hut. He wants to build some of the other stuff that's hiding behind there. Now my wife wants to build the flower ones up there. Oh, seriously? Oh my gosh. It is supposed to last forever, but thanks for letting me know. My gosh, this is not fun. Never fun. So let me figure this out. It won't be too long. Discord. let's see. So it says my invite link expires in 7 days. Edit invite link. Expires after never. Maximum number of users, no limits. Generate new link. Okay, well there you go. So I just made a new one. I'll put it right here for now, and let me update this real quick. I really appreciate. Okay, right here. I'm going to update, where is it? Edit panels, Discord. Okay, so. Okay, there you go. So that's updated here. And I also need to update it in the link tree. So where is that link tree? Log in. Okay, just bear with me. I have not been in there for a while, but I do need to get that done now, because otherwise I will forget and it will never get done. So oh, okay. Yeah, no, I think I saw that. Thanks. Let me update that Discord right now in here. Boom. Enter. There. So we're good. Everything is updated. Thank you so much for that. Let me scroll back here. What? Not dashboard. Hang on. End credits. Yeah. Okay, there we go. There we go. Sounds good. Sounds good. Fantastic. Let me just see what's going on here. Oh. Oh, sweet. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna shut that down for now. Okay. Okay, I can get rather beepy in no time. Well, yeah, call me crazy, but that's what I just decided. Boutique hotel. That's a big set. There. I bought it in April. You know, like 4 months after it came out for my birthday. At the time, I was not well enough to even consider building anything Lego, but I was working really hard on, you know, getting to that point. And well, look at me now, right? I've got all this rebuilt, so things are going well. And Phoenix, good morning, my friend. How are you today? We're about to start the boutique hotel. Yeah, it is massive. It's this. Actually, now that you're here, Phoenix. Yeah. Before we move on to this. Oh, thanks for the host. Before we move on to this, I do want to give a nice proper show and tell of the set that we built last week, right? And it's oh my gosh, really? Oh, thanks so much for taking care of that, friend. You're awesome. What was I gonna say? See the name of that thing too? Oh my gosh. Okay, anyway. Yes. So I want to take the time and show the Monkey Kid HQ because I finished it off stream, and yeah. So without further ado, I do want to show everyone here that set from last week. I think this cam is the best one to really show everything. Actually, no, I'm gonna use different angles, so yeah, don't worry about it. So yeah, let me start with I'm gonna start with the build cam, and we'll show a few things that way. But we will need all three cams to really show this one properly. So so yeah, we have the mech suit in the back that I'm in. We have I guess a very tiny miniature iteration of the dragon bike that Nina has. No, what's her name again? Is it Nia? No, May. That May has. You know, with her dragon sword, and you know. Anyway, anyone that's watched the show knows how significant this is. We have Pigsy here, and we have Sandy. You know, nice big Hulk size minifig. And oh, right, of course. And we have these little villains, right, that are up to no good on their little gliding vehicle. They're a really cool vehicle, by the way. And okay, so the size of this thing. Okay, guys, it's crazy. It is the largest ship I have ever owned in terms of width. Okay, so you can get a sense of the scale here. You know, of the width, like this. I know there's some nice panels on the side that open up like this, so we can go in there and play. Right, you have some action scenes in there, but let me show from the top, overhead cam, how absolutely grandiose this is. So here, so this is how wide it is altogether. It's big and it's tall. If I come back to, well, actually no, I'm going to show it from the top for now. So it all opens up, right? So hang on. Oh yeah, through here. So it really starts here. So it opens up into a large dollhouse. And it basically becomes this massive, super long structure. Now, I haven't really been able to figure out a way to do this properly without this breaking. I'm sure there's a way to do it, but I have not been able to figure it out. I am not that smart sometimes. So anyway, I'm sure I'm not doing something. There's something I'm not doing. But look at the number of pieces. Oh my gosh, I can't remember. It was large. It's you know, it's the size of a modular. Let me see. Lego Monkey Kid HQ. It is. Okay, 1,959. I was gonna say close to 2,000. So yeah, there you go. I was pretty close because there are some relatively large parts to make those containers. But yeah, so it makes for a really nice large set. Now, what I need to do. Right, the build cam. So the build cam is gonna be the good one to show this. So from beginning to end, right? So we can't even see the whole thing here. My gosh. So let me adjust the. Yeah, I'm gonna adjust the camera. That's the whole point of this, is to be able to adjust it. So there. Look how tall it is, right? There. So I'm gonna scroll down. So we've got like a nice big control room here, right? Oh yeah, it's true. Like, and this panel opens up too, right? And in the middle, we have this. Now in this way, well, yeah, I'll show you the play action when it's the other way. But we do have. Well, what we do have what could amount up to, I don't know, what would you call it? Almost looks like an. I know it's not an elevator, but hang on. And you need to get that back in place properly. Is that really the way it's meant to go? Oh yeah, it is, and it is supposed to just sit on there like that. Okay. And then let me scroll down. Scroll down. So we've got this, we've got that, the crane, and then we have this wonderful part. Now this obviously is a little workshop here. This also opens up, right? We have a living room, right, and like a hammock to sleep. There's a washroom here. There's a cat litter up here, you know, for Sandy's cat. And anyway, there's an incredibly large amount of details. Now, if I flip this around to show the front of that ship, it opens up like this, just like in the show. And so you get this turret gun, you know, it pops out. And these will work. So if you turn it, these will shoot. But I don't feel like doing that right now. But yeah, then it closes back up like this. I can scroll from the other side now. So yeah, I made a nice little action scene here. Yeah, they are. Let me. Yeah. I'll put the ship back together because that way I can show you how it's put back together. So really, it all starts with this. It all starts with this part. And then you've got this middle part that really keeps everything together. And that's the tricky part. See, like, you've got these hinges, but they're not really hinges. How are they supposed to work? I'm not really sure, to be honest. But it's probably like this. Yeah, it's like this. Right, so they're sort of... Maybe I can show it here. Yeah, so it's meant to be like at an angle. So it's a little bit awkward. But it seems solid enough. Let me try again. So maybe it's not as bad as I thought it was. So yeah, if you put it at an angle like this, or actually, it doesn't really matter. You start it off like... Yeah, that's the tricky part. So Let me see. Right. Right. So there. So yeah, here's our perfect opened up dollhouse. Like I said, little awkward to get it into this perfect position because these need to be at an angle, and if I switch to the top camera, oh yeah, it's just amazing, right? The size. Let me go back to the overhead cam so perhaps we can see better. Yeah, there we go. So yeah, indeed. So because these parts kind of end up, yeah, perfectly snug in that corner. But yeah, but there is an awkwardness to sort of getting to that point. And it's probably just me, if I had to guess. As it often is. But yeah. Yeah, to close this back up should be as easy as just kind of going back like this. Oh yeah, there we go. You can see it. Oh, hang on. Yeah, using the overhead cam, we can see it pretty well. So it goes in like this, right? And it goes in like... Okay, now I'd like to be able to show the front. Hang on. As it's going in. Yeah, so as it's going in, you've got some hinges here that... Hang on, they will clip into place. Will they clip? Hang on. Yeah, there you go. It clipped. It went click. So you fumble your sets around too. So yeah, so it's a little awkward, but it's all good. You know, but once it's together, right? You can pick this thing up, and it's nice and solid, and it's also very, very tall. Let me put it on its side here so I can show. But no, hang on. I'm gonna go back to my build cam to really show what I want to show. So yeah, so through here, this is clearly the side. Lego Legend, my friend, you were missed. We missed you. It was yes, you were missed. Several times. You can ask Phoenix. Several times I said, I wonder how Lego Legends doing. I miss him, and she said the same. And yeah, you were missed, friend. I hope you had a wonderful vacation and a wonderful trip, and that all went well, and you had no flight delays, and that everything was just great, you know. But yeah, welcome home, literally, and welcome home to your Lego fam. It's real nice to have you here. I'm just in the middle of showing off the what we built last week, and we're very happy to have you back. So one side is clearly has a lot more play function, right? So when you look at this side, hang on. So when you look at this side, it's a little bit more plain, right? It's sure, there's a ladder here and stuff, but you know, this is not meant to be the side that you're going to be, you know, featuring. This side, in the front, is where the action is at. So, you know, we got a nice little ladder. It's a very creative use of a probably leftover Lego Friends coaster, right? No, I didn't speed build it. I just built a good chunk of it off stream. That's all. I built maybe half on stream, half off, you know, and I finished it off stream. Yeah, it's a big set. It's like a modular. Like it's the size of a modular. It's the size of a modular, and it's the amount of you know, almost the amount of parts of a modular. And the only reason why it's not as many parts is because of these containers, right? There's lots of nice big panels, and there's also a nice big panel here on the top. And Maiku-san, how are you doing, friend? Hi, nice to find you here. And yeah, here, let me show you a nice nice little play feature. You know, you've got a nice little gun turret that pops out, just like in the show. And if you turn this, these will shoot. Yeah. Yes, the blue and the dark green. This particular blue, we don't see nearly often enough. It is so beautiful. And that dark green, they just go so well together. And oh, and look at the very creative use of a plant element. So the propellers are little plants. I mean, how great is that? It's fantastic. Oh, thanks for the resub, Lego Legend. Thanks so much, friend. I look at you with 3 months. My gosh, fantastic. I'm gonna bring out the minifigs because there are tons of new ones. Oh, including, by the way, like I didn't put them up on the sorry, on the stand yet, but yeah, like there's Pigsy, there's there's Monkey Kid, there's May. Technically, I guess there's even Sandy. Oh my gosh, yeah, that would be a big minifig. Yeah, did you want to switch a minifig? Yes. Oh yeah, yes. All the yes. Look, Lego Legend. Look at all. Perfect timing. Everything got approved yesterday. So I had two things left to approve yesterday. So got the coffee drinking and the cookie eating, and we've got the big brain move and the perplexed one, and yeah. Yeah, it took a while. The animated ones take a while to approve. But yeah, it's all good. It's all good. Yeah, and there's just the sleepy one. You know, that's a great one to use, right? And yeah. Oh, hi, Dread. How are you doing, friend? Well, look at that. So yeah, they're all, yeah, wow, that's a lot of emotes. Yeah. It's a big process, right? I really did it in 2 parts, and I'm kind of glad because at the end of the day, it ended up being pricey enough. But yeah, there's the hello, and yeah, we have a new song this morning with Blue Wolf. I just joined the family and just joined the friendly minifigs. Oh, by the way, yeah, Lego Legend, I named the our community. So our community is the friendly minifigs, and look at the wonderful minifig they have, and. Yes, of course I did a Gundam one because the Gundam is, I don't know, probably because it's from my childhood, but it has a very special place close to my heart. It's just, I mean, not as much as Lego, obviously, but it's, oh, there we go, Phoenix, your favorite color. Nicely done, nicely done. Yeah, the Gundam one's cool. And it goes well with some of the other fellow Gundam streamers, and it, especially like how it's a blend of Lego and Gundam, right? So because it's my dragon minifig, you know, this guy that it's based on. Hang on, whoa, I'm having some major autofocus issues here. It loves the ship. It loves the ship, but doesn't necessarily love the minifig in the front. But yeah, now it will. There you go. Now this guy that's based on riding a warg. Always trying to mishmash all the themes as much as possible. That's me. That's me, right? Yeah, oh, purple. You know what, Blue Wolf? It is the most popular color of all the colors, and you're more than welcome to use it. Absolutely. And subs have 1 full minute by using the command, and other people have that use the points, like the cheap 100 points, get a flick for 4 seconds. But they stay. So basically, you know, if no one chooses another color, it will stay at the very last color that it had. So yeah, fantastic, right? Exactly. And there's lots of colors to choose from to change things up. And And there are some functionalities that I haven't really started paying for that can be unlocked in the app that I have for this. So we'll see. I mean, there's a myriad of possibilities. Yes, Phoenix's favorite color is definitely purple, and you do like the blues. And Mbinda, that's often around, loves blue as well. So it's pretty much his trademark. You'll turn the lights to blue when it comes in. Yeah, folks, I've been on for an hour and a half already. That's a little crazy. I am due for a break. I'm gonna need to, put this away here, and I've decided to start building the boutique hotel. I'm really glad that all of you guys were here for the show and tell of the of this guy, but I am more. Yeah, isn't it neat? The propellers, right? It just amazed me. But yeah, anytime you want another tour, you let me know. So all right. You're explaining the vampire figure. Yeah, it's a very nice. And good morning, Princess Peach. Very happy to find you here this morning, my friend. I am due for a break because I've been on for an hour and a half and I need a break. But I will catch up with you as soon as I come back from break. I'm going to turn on the little game, the little maze game. There's a good number of people here. I think you guys might have fun with this. And yeah, let me just turn that on here. And I'm going to reset the game as soon as we're in. There we go. All right, so I'm going to mute myself and I'll be back in a bit. Thanks, guys. All right, I am back, folks. Let's see. We have we have Phoenix as a winner with 245 points. Congratulations. Hope you guys had fun. Come back here. Oh yeah, I just forgot to put that one away. Hi. So, I had a chance to put most of that away. Yeah, I'm still very much in. Thank you, Phoenix. I'm still very much in just chatting mode. I don't know why, but I'm gonna sip my coffee and we can chill and take it easy. Yeah, I have the boutique hotel to my side here, all ready to crack open. And when I do get to that, we'll switch the stream into makers and crafting category. How about that? For now, Gabrielle's in the office today. Jasmine's away at a, I guess it's a retreat, glamping thing. It's what you could call it. And yeah, thanks, Dred. Thanks. I'm very happy to be here with you guys. I had some very difficult moments last weekend, especially yesterday. Yesterday, sort of twofold. One was, bringing my daughter to that retreat, and all the stress and anxiety that sort of bottled up about going a place I've never been to before, and there was nothing on Google Maps. It was sort of anyway. But once we got there, it was fine. But anyway, and doing my best to make sure that none of that shows to my daughter. But anyway, there was a lot of built up anxiety. But once we got there, all was better. But it was also going to that new Lego store. Although that was all positive, it was also a place I've never been to before. And it was literally a 15-minute drive door to door from that store to where my daughter was going. So really, it was on the way. So I couldn't, pass up the opportunity to do that. But there were two new things in the same day. So yeah, by the time I got back yesterday, I was pretty tired. Thankfully, my wife drove all that. That was about 3 hours of driving altogether, I guess, right? Maybe even a little bit more. Yeah, 3.5 hours. So, yeah. But overall, I did quite well. But there were times, and it was sort of a, just small things. We didn't leave as early as we could have because Gabrielle had to get her third day of a new routine at the gym, and the earliest appointment was at 10 in the morning available, and she really had to get this because it was the final piece of the puzzle she needed for a new routine. So but no, but it was all good. In hindsight, as always, the afterthought of all this is, a lot of built up for nothing really. But that little we could call it neurodivergent brain of mine definitely kicked the anxiety into overdrive yesterday, and there was no real reason to, other than me being me. So so you have severe anxiety, even when talking to your mom, whom I live with, is sometimes challenging. I prefer to be alone most of the time, but I'm the same way. I pick and choose my social moments, and my social moments are here. It's on my terms, right? When I've had enough, I can close the stream. I can raid out. That's that simple, right? It's quite beautiful, and my parents still don't fully understand really the diagnoses that that I ended up with last summer, right? And then they understand and they see how my daughter's doing, and they see the challenges much more obviously. But it's difficult because they really don't get it, and that's okay. Like, they don't have to understand. You know, they're here when we need them, when we ask for help. Sometimes my wife will reach out to my mom and she'll say, you know what, could you maybe make supper tomorrow night? There's this, that, and that going on, and there's just too much going on, and she gladly steps in and helps out. It's absolutely fantastic. So, but hang on, I'm missing on a few things here. Plan to go to the flagship Lego store in Leicester Square, London, where it's closed all week. Oh my gosh, that's fun. What do you have, if you don't mind me asking? Oh, absolutely, I do not mind you asking. As a matter of fact, I welcome the questions, and I'm very open about it, and it's in my stream title, right? So the 3 different diagnoses are things that you can call using an exclamation point. One is Tourette's, one is autism, and one is ADHD. So, and there's neat little tips that I put in a and welcome Prophet, by the way. And I wrote little tips, just very quick one-liners of what you can do to help. Sometimes simply an understanding or on something you can do or not do to help out. And yeah, let me see, I just want to make sure it's here. Oh, welcome, Minda. My gosh, I love those new alerts. It's absolutely fantastic. Look at everyone rolling in. And I don't miss anyone because I get that neat little sonar sound. And isn't this great? I'm so happy to have you all here. It's wonderful. And lots of new emotes, guys. 2 got approved last night. So have a look at the animated emotes. There's a drinking coffee one, and there's a cookie eating one. And yeah, enjoy. They were a labor of love. I was very, very difficult with the design team until they got it just right. And yeah, and then it took Twitch a whole 2 weeks to approve them, right? So there you go, Blue Wolf. And it's important that you do, because if I didn't stream, my the amount of social time I would have in a given day sometimes would be only my wife and my 2 kids. You know, I wouldn't have anything else, right? But I do challenge myself to go out of the house once a day. So once every 24 hours, and the gym doesn't count, because the gym is, as far as I'm concerned, is just an extension of my house. You know, even though it's a 5-minute drive, somewhere I go to 4 times a week, and it doesn't count. But at least once every 24 hours, whether it's the post office, whether it's like a little store or something or rather. But yeah, getting out. So so Andy, my friend, how are you? So I admit I was overwhelmed with the show. My son definitely had a sensory overload. Had the second day off. 5 days, 5,000 people in 2 days is a bit much. Oh my gosh, yes, I can only imagine. So yeah, welcome. It's I can't quite remember where I was going with this. But yeah, today's a just chatting stream, guys. It doesn't look like I'm getting to building, and that's perfectly fine. I really appreciate each and every single one of you guys being here to hang out with me and help. You guys are literally helping my mental health by being here with me, interacting and chatting and sharing your own experiences and asking questions. And we're here for each other, right? Andy, I completely understand what you went through. Conventions of any sort, even if it's just a tiny one with 200 people, it can get much, you know, well, depending on the size of the room, right? So yeah, I can't imagine 5,000 people. My gosh, was that in the size of like an arena, perhaps, like an ice rink? Or that's a lot of people. My gosh, yeah. Oh yeah, and for those of you that may have missed this, last week I had the the wonderful idea that came about that I'd been really pondering for a while, of naming our community here, which is the friendly minifigs, right? Because of the friendly minifigs that we have here on the build cam. So not quite that big of a space, huh? So yeah, so earlier, I had Whippy, and I have a wonderful new addition to the friendly minifigs called Blue Wolf 34E. And yeah. Oh, Lego Legend, you may have responded and I may have missed it. Did you want to pick a new minifig? Did you want me to bring out all the guys? Or, hang on. Did you want to stick with Emmett? That's so nice to have you all here. Yeah. So Xavier this week has told me, sounds good, Lego Legend, fantastic. And if you ever change your mind, you let me know. It's all good. So Xavier will stream this week to finish the Pirates of Barracuda beta that he started. When did you start this? It must have been 3 weeks ago. Just a one time. But yeah, we will. He wants to finish it. He doesn't know if it's going to be in one stream, but yeah, he definitely wants to keep building it because he knows what's coming. He knows that by the end of this week. Well, I haven't told him that it actually shipped yet, but no, the Lion Knight's Castle is coming, right? It actually left the warehouse, or it will leave the warehouse today. And usually it's about 2 days till it gets here. So yeah, middle of this week, late this week at the latest, we'll have Lion Knight's Castle. So we want to get that done so we can get going on Lion Knight's Castle, right? But regardless, I think it's important to have. I like having different projects on the go at the same time, right? Doesn't that Emmett have the piece of resistance on his back? He very well might. This is from bulk, right? So I have not put that set back together. So it would be a matter of, fishing it out of bulk. No, but I mean, all my bulk is very neatly organized. So, but yeah, when I eventually get around to that, we will add it for sure. In the meantime, that's how he is. So, yeah, the Pirates of Barracuda Bay is what you see up there is the Brickbeard Bounty, and we basically have. We have this built of the Pirates of Barracuda Bay. That's it. But my son must have built that in half an hour or whatever. Like he builds really, really fast. So actually, he had finished 2 Jurassic World sets, and then we started talking. It was like, yeah, we can start that, and then started it. But definitely lost some juice at some point because. Been streaming for like 5 hours if I remember correctly. So yeah, it's the new big one. The new big one's on its way. I'm really excited. It will be the largest set I've ever purchased or that I've ever owned, and I still can't believe I ordered it without any promo, without any gift with purchase, and without any double VIP. Just want to have it and didn't want to have to wait several months perhaps for a restock. So I just pulled the trigger on the 3rd, and yeah, I'm looking forward to that. So that is probably the first time I do, a purchase like that without any sort of incentive, with just a straight 5% back kind of thing. Yeah. Oh, good coffee. So. I just made a latte. Yeah, the new big one. It's called Lion Knight's Castle. Very much looking. The Sanctum Sanctorum is huge. The second largest set I own is probably one about the size of the Sanctum Sanctorum, which is or no, it's a little bit bigger. The assembly square is a little bit bigger than the sanctorum, I think. Yeah, it's a little bit bigger. It's a 3,000 something or rather, and for the whatchamacallit, the assembly square. You know, it's like a modular and a half, right? Is what it is. It's pretty big. But yeah, the Sanctum Sanctorum looks absolutely fantastic. But it is, correct me if I'm wrong, because I haven't really looked at any reviews or anything, because I will eventually buy it. It is just one regular plate of a modular size, right? And no, do not have the Daily Bugle because it is too tall. I do not have the room for it, and it's a shame because, well, you know, it would be fun to have as part of my stuff. But same with the new that new roller coaster is way too tall. What I would have to give up to be able to fit that in is just too much. Yeah, it's just too much. And there is such a thing as largest in terms of physical space it takes, or largest in terms of how much it costs, because it usually goes hand in hand, right? Yeah, modular is 32 by 32. Yep. Okay, sounds good. Sounds good. Yeah, sounds good. I really had fun with the modular police station recently. It was a really nice build that was different, you know, with that little tiny building on the side, and that. Anyway, it was pretty cool. I quite. Oh, I just got rid of the Saturn. So what I got rid of yesterday in a trade is let me see. I got rid of the. Let me see. I got rid of the International Space Station, the Saturn V, and the Lunar Lander. The reason is I had those in my former house, and you know, I have a whole new life here. You know, I've been living here for about a year now, and been a year, and I still had not rebuilt those sets. And the reason is they just don't fit. They're at the wrong scale with what I'm going for here and playing with here. So I traded all three in the store yesterday. Oh, so you do? You have that roller coaster. There you go. So it's absolutely humongous, isn't it? And it's and it's price tag kind of goes with it. I don't know if you have a set that's worth more money that's not as large. Highly doubt it, because Rocket is gone, and that's fine. It's fine. It's part of the past. There's not a single set here that I have to have in my collection. A drop of a hat, I would, you know, no, I'm not gonna say gladly, but I would, without any sort of reserve, trade or sell any of these sets if the right deal or the right opportunity came along, right? I try not to get attached to any sets, and I think for me anyway, it's a healthy attitude to have towards sets. Otherwise, the obsessive compulsive in me would kick in, and I would have to have the complete collection of X, right? So, okay, modular buildings would have to have them all, right? A, don't have the room, and B, I don't want to pay over $1,000 for a modular. No. Neither of those. No Power Miners and no Monster Fighter sets. Yesterday, I almost picked up a Monster Fighter set as part of a trade I did in a little shop, but my daughter really went all out on finding a lot of nice tiny sets that she wasn't interested in. And I was happy that she just got them all. But yeah, like almost picked up maybe a Hearst or like one of the smaller sets. They had the haunted house. It was like $400 Canadian. It wasn't cheap, but it was actually a fair price for that set, considering, you know, I had the box, and like it wasn't brand new in the box, but it was used, but it was complete, really good shape. But yeah, exactly, and it can become a very, very deep rabbit hole really quick. Yeah, but my next visit at that store, I probably will pick up a Monster Fighter set. There were tons of lines, tons of interesting lines, but actually, let me show you guys now, because I did do that very early in the stream, but there's more people now, so I'm gonna show you what I picked up in the trade yesterday with a store, right? And one of them is this. Before this, I did not own a single Hidden Side set, so they had a really inexpensive bus, a paranormal bus, and there's a little note saying some of the stickers are kind of crooked, because they were installed by a kid, but it is complete and it is clean and in good shape, and for $70 Canadian, can't complain. And obviously not the original box. They kind of just they do that. If they don't have the original box, they kind of make one of their own and print that on top. It looks really good. And yeah, so I picked that up. I'm really happy about this, and I'm gonna wait for Jasmine to build this, because this will be really fun. I mean, she gets on a yellow bus like this, every day she goes to school. So even though the school's not that far, it's just far enough for them to pick her up. So the other large set I picked up in the trade is this. I did not even know that this set existed. Look at how cool it is. It's a bat. Look at the ears and the legs. Isn't that cool? Oh yes, no, I do know that you can order stickers off of sites. All the ones I found were in Europe, and it's really expensive. It's not really feasible for me, so but yeah, anyway, really like the minifigs. Jasmine liked Poison Ivy, and I was like, yeah, let's just get it. And guess what? It's brand new in the box, never opened, right? And selling it for the actual MSRP. MSRP of what it sold for back when it was in print, for $99.99 Canadian. So again, part of a trade, so I was very happy to get this. There you go. So that's the other big set. And I'm going to show you all the little things that Jasmine picked. And I'm very happy for her, because she was really excited, and she found tons of little stuff that she liked. Oh yeah, and these two. Okay, yeah. So they had collectible. They had tons of collectible minifigures, and Jasmine didn't even know that Unikitty had a line, so she picked the angry one and the one that's like I don't know, it looks like it's made of a cake or cookie or something or other. Anyway, they're both really cute, and so she chose those two. And again, I'm not building those. She's gonna build them when she gets back. And she chose. This was the most expensive thing that she picked. And I told her it was okay, so she picked Batgirl. And it's basically for twice the MSRP it was when it first came out. So it was $12.50 Canadian when it came out, $24.99. It's quite reasonable for a nice Brickheads like this. Yeah, they had tons, and they only dealt in retired sets. So they told me, okay, I'm picking up some sets from you today that are not retired. They're going in the vault. So when they're retired, they'll come to the store and be for sale. But he doesn't want to try to compete with the current Lego sets in any way, shape, or form. So it's really an interesting approach. Basically, I like that. Now Jasmine also picked this. Now this set is 10 years old. Okay, so it's not new in any way, shape, or form. And it basically sold for what it sold for back then, if I'm not mistaken, or maybe $5 more or whatever. But a really cute little set. She liked the purple bike and how it looked like a cat as well. And I was like, yeah, that's really cool. And I agree with her choice. I was like, yeah, we have a Catwoman, but quite different from this one. And yeah. And this one's used, right? It's resealed, but it's all good. It's a good price. Really good price. And from time to time, Jasmine likes to play Overwatch. So she found this wonderful little set for pretty much MSRP as far as I know. So there we go. Again, another reseal. It's all good, like a used set. So the good shape, you know. So that's pretty good. And last but not least, actually this one's for me. I picked that one. How can I say no to this? There's 4 minifigs, and they're basically $5 each, right? The price of a CMF blind bag. So yeah, and they had a bunch of these actually. So anyway, I grabbed this. Very, very, very happy with that score, that find. And it was pretty much an even trade. You know, the stuff I brought in and the stuff, you know, I walked away with. And the way they traded was at about 50% value of current Bricklink price. So, you know, it's fair for a store. I mean, they have overhead. And I don't have to deal with 12 different people to, you know, buy all my different sets. And there's some I traded in that had been for sale on my Facebook Marketplace for months, and for some of them there wasn't even a bite, so it's all good. So yeah, a shout out for the store. It's called Brickberry. It's in Quebec City, and they do have an online presence, but they don't keep their online stuff on up to date at all. But if you reach out to them and you say, well, you know, would you happen to have this? They said they will gladly ship out, but they do not spend the time, you know, putting in much online. So, do I have any Marvel sets? I have a few. I don't have many. But right behind me, on top of the diner, is the helicarrier, like the smaller one. I have the Carnage, the Spider-Man Carnage and Ghost Rider set. The Wolverine mech suit. I don't have many. No, I'm not a huge Marvel fan. But from time to time, I'll pick one up just for get a small taste of some of the minifigs and stuff, and that's how I roll, right? I like to have Lego from all different themes, and I like to mish and mash things as much as possible. And I mean, yeah, and look at that, like that tall neck is right next to Monkey Kid, and eventually I'm gonna make a scene. I don't know. So the imagination will spark up eventually on something that can happen. But yeah, trying to think. Anything else I have? Not really a whole lot. No. Marvel wise. Oh, like I mean, a few odds and ends of, you know, minifigures that I may have picked up in bulk and stuff, but no major sets or anything. But yeah, so that's a nice little haul. There. Oh, these two minifigs right here. So where was I going with this? Oh yeah, I'm still drinking my coffee. It's all good. So yeah, many of the sets, the other sets that I had in the last giveaway that weren't picked, right? I ended up trading them with that store. Clearly, when I do another giveaway, it's going to be like, I'm not going to do me shipping out something out. It's going to be, and I've seen a number of streamers doing this, it's going to be get X amount of money, say Canadian or US, right? Convert it into your currency on your closest Lego store, right? That way I can do like a gift through Lego, right? Because yeah, so much money wasted on on shipping. I knew that going in, but and no regrets. It's perfectly fine. I knew exactly what I was getting into, but I don't enjoy the whole packaging and going to the post office and that kind of thing. So some people really enjoy that. Some people own brickling stores and good for them, but that is not for me. Yeah, and then now that I'm looking at things up close, yeah, I can clearly tell that, yeah, there are some shelves that are definitely bare, and there's still very much a need to build many more things, and it's good. It's good to have a goal and to always have projects ahead of yourself, right? And I'm just looking at this here. Yeah. I don't know if I want to start the boutique hotel anymore. It's big. And I know we're going to do Pirates of Barracuda Bay, and when Lion Knight's Castle comes in, we're going to want to build it right away. Yeah, no, that's big. That's really, really big. Could build something small. Or, let me just see. I'm just gonna have a quick look and see if Xavier might be up. Probably not. Oh, sorry. Just bear with me. Oh yeah, no, he's not. Okay. All right. Oh, yeah, I have an idea. I'm gonna put this away for now. Well, here. There we go. I feel like building this. I feel that they're great, to be honest. Unfortunately, I'm not a Harry Potter fan, so I have a few sets of a Harry Potter that came in through bulk, and I haven't tried to rebuild any of them, and clearly that shows why. You bought an entire box of the first minifigures for Harry Potter. Very nice. Back when they were, not retired, and you got them for a good price. Because my gosh, I can only assume those went up. But yeah, I'm gonna switch real quick to makers and crafting because yeah, I'm gonna switch to makers and crafting. There we go. And what is that set? 6313291. 6313291. There. There. So things are up to date. I can switch back to the build cam. Yeah, and we can build this. This is going to be a nice little showpiece that we can have looking around. It's a rebuild from my former house. Okay. I caught the store employee putting them out, and I had to explain that I wanted them all. Oh my gosh. Well, I'm glad they sold them all to you. That's really cool. And I don't even know if we would be able to find the instructions online for this. I can double check real quick. See if it might be there, but there's a good chance it would not. Oh, 287. What? Anyway. Won't be too long. I'm just trying to see if I can find the instructions online, but I think I screwed up the title, so it's not 291, it's 287. 6313287. There. It's a pretty simple build, and it's nice to. I mean, it's nice to make sure I do build a little something, right? So let me see. 6.3. What was the number again? 6.3. Nah. No, yeah, I'm not surprised. The instructions are not online for this, and that's perfectly fine. Okay. Wanted to get one of the Lego store Lego sets, like the actual Lego store build, but I haven't actually gone through with looking for one. There was a new one supposed to come out, like on August 1st, and for some reason it kind of got yanked at the last second because it was not on the store. Now, that may have changed today. Yeah. There you go. Another one like this. Yeah, this is just a really nice, small, iconic build. That's fun to have kicking around here, so why not? Oh, I'm so used to clicking for the next page with online instructions that's what I was looking for. That's crazy, eh? Wow. Reaching for that mouse to go to the next page. Again. Okay. 6, like this. Also have a teal one. I don't think I've ever built it. Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, and let's see, 1, 2, and 1, 2, 3. Okay. This, that, this, that, this, that, this, that, this. Okay. We're halfway done. Not bad, huh? 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. How much does the set you're building go for? It was one of those redeemable VIP rewards. I saw it in the store yesterday, brand new for $25. But I'm sure used it would be worth a lot less, like maybe 10, 15 at most. So yeah, but it is also something that honestly you could build using bricks, because if you have those bricks, because there's nothing unique in here. Like brick linking it would work, and probably in worst case scenario would probably cost the same amount the actual set would cost. So you might as well get the instructions in the box, maybe. You know, it's a neat little set. Yeah. Yeah. And the other one, I'll show you the teal. Is this one. There's also this one that's exactly the same, but with a teal brick. So yeah. It is pretty neat, I agree. Where was I? Okay, right here. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. And 1, 2. 1, 2. There we go. Okay, so we start off with this. That goes here, like this and like that. Okay. There we go. Yeah, it is very nice. It's a color that's often used in some of the modular buildings, maybe some Lego Friends. Yeah, it's really quite nice. This is more like the iconic old school 40+ years old brick that I had as a kid, basically. Yeah, it's a little bit more quote unquote plain, but it is where it all started, by this red brick. There. Or I should say like the smaller version of that red brick, obviously. But yeah. Oh yeah, right, and now we're putting the studs on. Right, like this. I'm just yanking everything over here. Okay. There we go. Okay. The teal, yeah, the teal are definitely, no, yeah, never built it. The seals are still intact. Oh, you built your own purple one 4 times bigger. Really? Nice. Yeah, and I mean, it's relatively simple, right? It's, yeah, it's not rocket science. You could easily make another one of your own for sure, for sure. Yeah, exactly. Purple, you say? I knew there was a good chance that Phoenix was going to come out of lurking for that one. Nicely done, nicely done. There. Make that little stand. This, and then... Did anyone watch Neil Gaiman's The Sandman on Netflix? I watched all 10 episodes in the first 24 hours it came out. So I never binge watch shows like this usually. Something has to be really exceptional for me to do that. And yes, clearly it was. It was everything I'd hoped for from having read the books over 20 years ago. So yeah, there you go. So yeah, the brick is done with its stand, and you know, could go here or something or other, right? We shall see. But it just came out. It dropped Friday morning on Netflix, so it's based on graphic novels that were maybe 25 years ago or so, 30 at most. Yeah, it looks good, huh? I mean, I'm gonna play with the angles a bit and stuff there, but let's see. Yeah, it's not gonna remain that. Hang on. Whoa. There we go. So yeah. Hang on, I'm just trying to see what I can do here with this. Yeah, something like that. And I'll be able to have the teal one hang on. I'm gonna be able to do some shenanigans. Oh, that was the scope. My gosh, like this. There. So maybe I'm in the front here. Ah, there you go. Yeah, and I can have the teal one right here. I can have one on either side. Maybe even holding it somehow. Right. It could be pushing it in. Yeah, that's not half crazy. Yeah, that way it's not all crooked. Yeah, it's time for the mech suit to go with this set right here. And my plate here. Okay. There. There you go. And get my knife. Oh. We're gonna crack that teal one open. Because they're gonna look better, right? One on each side. Oh. Right. Oh, see? I just noticed something. This one says VIP. This one doesn't. Yeah, it was a pretty simple build. I could practically have rebuilt it from memory. Oh, it's not quite exactly the same this time. Okay. Huh, interesting. Check the Discord. Check the Discord. Hang on, friend. That's a good Discord. Let me switch to that screen so we can show everyone. Go builds. Oh, sweet. Nicely done, friend. Seriously. Wow. Oh, hang on. Right here. Oh, wow. Yeah, I like how big you... This is really sweet. Nicely done. Yeah. Is the thickness... does your thickness follow the proportions? Maybe. I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's no limits, right? You can make... Especially if you go and pick a brick and order... Because all of these are, you know, easy to get elements, right? So, yeah. Nice. I need a... Yeah, very awesome job. Very nicely done, friend. Need like a minute or two. I'll be right back. And I'm back. Whoops. Okay, so you did try to keep the scale as close as possible, but it's hollow because, well, just like this one. Yeah, these are hollow as well. Yeah, nicely done, friend. Seriously. Yeah. Okay, so let's go back to Buildcam. Oh yeah, okay. So let's see. Where am I going with this? Oh yeah, right here. Need more coffee. I still still on this, so okay. It's a little funny how it uses 3 bricks instead of 1 in the other build. Huh. Interesting. Nope. Two, 3. What's going on? 1, 2, 3. Oh. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, flip that back. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then another 4 like this. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Nice. 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ah, okay, like this. Okay. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. 1, 2. Oops. So, okay, 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So these go here. Yeah, I saw that, Phoenix. I literally just saw it now. So yeah, absolutely. I will gladly send you those screenshots. And it did take me quite a bit of time to figure it out. It's Google proved absolutely useless. I am very happy to be able to share my knowledge and not need to have you go through that same work I did, because and it was so simple in hindsight, but oh well. Oh, okay, cool. You know what? I've never really watched Ninjago. I've seen parts of episodes here and there when my kids used to watch it. But the early seasons definitely did not manage to catch my attention. Good morning, VR Gamer for Life. How are you doing today? Yeah. Oh, you're welcome. Anytime. Okay, so how's that break going? Okay, so that's done. Okay, so 1, 2. 1, 2. 2 like this. And 1, 2. There we go. go. And then there you go, and there you go. Right, so these are quite different. Huh. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, and now these are, yeah, sort of like this. In lieu of, I mean, sure, that's a way to increase the piece count, for sure. And now they're gonna have to be lined up, otherwise something's not gonna be right with the universe, right? Whoops. There you go. Oh yeah, so your collection of Lego minifigs, eh? That sounds awesome. You know what? I completely missed out on the collectible minifigures. And it looks like there were tons of really cool ones. Yeah. Let's see. Do I still have my Discord open? Or did I close it? Whoop. Whoa. Okay, well, that is cool. Let me show that. Right here. Let me show the original. Look at that, folks. Oh yeah, and see you have multiple rows too. Oh my gosh. That's awesome. That's a lot of, you have Bane. Oh my gosh, that's awesome. Enigma, the caveman one. Yeah, there's tons of cool ones. Yeah, the beach one. Wow, yeah, that's awesome. As a fan of Batman myself, I'm looking at this and I'm like, yeah. It'd be fun to hunt some of these. Nicely done. Look very good. All right, let me go back to my build cam. Okay, whoop. Okay, there you go. Actually, I can keep that there. What am I doing? There. Oh, so you tried to get them all at one point, eh? Okay, good for you. Like, meaning that would also entail getting, I'm assuming, every single Batman set ever produced as well, right? Because I can only assume that each and every set has a unique Batman. And I'm sure the movie probably contributed to that a great deal, right? A major Lego Batman phase. I mean, the movie was really fun. I only saw it once. It'd be fun to watch it again. Okay. Oh, good. Yeah, 15 to 20 different varieties. Yeah, with all the sets and everything, for sure, for sure. That's awesome. There, here, here, and here. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, Archie Designs. Thank you for your resub, my friend. Would you like to pick a new minifigure? Please let me know, and I will gladly bring them all over for you to have a look at. Hey, you're always welcome here, and I really don't intend on going anywhere. So, as long as my there you go. So, yeah, right. On the resub, it tells you, it reminds you that you can ask for a new minifig. Yeah, my gosh, that's. Sometimes I forget everything I programmed into this bot. It's so good at reminding me of everything. Oh, so Blue Wolf says, what I ended up doing for older Batman sets was buy the figures from Brickling. I had to hunt down weirder ones like Electro Suit Batman, which was only included in that kid's coloring book. Okay. All good? All good? Yeah. Which reminds me, RT Designs has a yeah, there you go. So yeah, what was I gonna say? Yeah, I brought you minifig out, and yeah, you let me know if you want a new one. It's awesome. There you go. There you go. I know this is not the most exciting build, but we had a really long just chatting stream today, which was fun. I quite enjoyed doing that. Just not putting any pressure on myself to really build anything, and then later on, if I felt like it, you know, sure, let's build something small. I mean, at one time, you guys saw my ambition, right? Oh, let's start the boutique hotel. And I came to my senses because Lion's Knight's Castle is coming this week, so no, not a good idea to start a set that big, for sure. Yeah, oh yeah, for sure. Day off today, so I slept in. That's wow. No worries, friend. You're here when you're here, and it's all good. You want the boutique hotel now? Yeah, no, it's not gonna happen. Xavier needs to come on stream. He committed to doing that this week because he feels like it, right? I told him if you don't want to do it, that's perfectly fine. I'll keep doing it by myself. I might build a little bit off stream or whatever. He said, no, I want to build on stream, and he wants to finish the Pirates of Brickhead Bay before the Lion's Knight Castle comes in, because then we're going to be building that together. So that's going to be fun. It's going to be rather epic because I have never owned anything castle related in Lego form, and Xavier, you know, so we're going to get to experience that together for the first time, you know, as father and son. So it's quite special when you think about it. Sounds good, Archie Designs. No pressure, no pressure. So you finish the Sanctum Sanctorum in about 12 hours. Yeah, well, if you finish it in one day, that's a lot. Yeah. Yeah, there's quite a few people that get the Sanctum Sanctorum. That's really nice. Really nice. Yeah. I will get it, but later. Some luck maybe even from Costco with something. Maybe a nice little bonus set or a better price, whichever, and it's all good. Oh wow, yeah. And I've tried to not spoil it for myself as much as possible. But from what I was able to glance, I mean, it really is a nice, proper modular building, and it's gonna fit perfectly in my setup in Nick's universe. There. Okay. Here we go. Look at that. Is everything properly lined up? Yeah, pretty good. Yep. Wow. Okay, so he built overnight. My gosh. Okay. Now let's build that stand. So Phoenix says, Nick, I'm not familiar with the modulars. I know the Sanctum is modular, but it's my understanding that they release a new modular every year. Yes. We're talking about a creator expert, or now... Are they icons now? Like, I can't keep anything straight anymore in my head, so... anyway, so yeah. But that does not count, because it's a... And they release it January 1st, you know, it's usually a release for the new year. And it's, you know, sometimes you can usually I think you can pre-order it between Christmas and New Year's kind of thing. But it's a January 1st release. Usually. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's how it was done. Yeah. Where's I going? Oh, right. These three tall guys. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Well, I don't even need to look at the instructions for the rest. It's so obvious. There. Boom. There. Look at that. That is very nice. Now, let's see if... Oh, maybe like this. Right, it could push... Oh. Okay, no, so much for that. I had high hopes. Oh my god. Okay, let me get in on the group parachute, because that's always fun. I like that. Okay. Tilt can possibly be necessary. How's that? Let me see. Oh! Okay, now it's... No, okay. Now, it needs to be at an angle. Okay, this can't possibly be that complicated. Okay, so the idea is to not have it tip over. How about this? How's that? Oh, well, I was just doing the two. I just did the two bricks, the two VIP bricks. I started with the red one, which was a rebuild, and just built the teal one, which was a brand new build. Surprisingly enough, a little bit different from the red. Yeah, one on each side of my sign. I will come up with something though. I do need to come up with maybe a hinge, maybe. Yeah, I'm thinking like maybe putting down some hinges and having something, I don't know. Well, I mean, there's absolutely nothing preventing me from going in bulk right now and having a look. Hinge. Yeah. It pays to be organized. Look. Hinges. Hey. Thanks for the reading. Yeah, what if I were to try... I'm trying to think here. Yeah, the best type of hinges for this, I think, might be these. If I were to put like 4 of them. Not these, because these do not have a click. What else have I got? Oh, yeah, right. And then it will be these. Right. So let's have a look. I'm thinking 3 of them, perhaps? 1, 2. Oh, no. Yeah, it's not these. Right, I need the ones that are standing. If I go like this... Sorry, that's a lot of talking to myself, but I do want to try and do this properly. So I'm thinking 3 would be enough. Yes. But now what will I need? Yeah, these. Yeah, these. Those standing ones. That's what I need. We're gonna figure this out. Like this. And like this. So if I go like this, like that, like that. Okay. Let's see what I can do. Hinges, hinges, hinges. Yeah, the only other thing I'm gonna need is okay. Let's see. Oh, those are just okay, different lengths. Okay. These I have tons of, and really, yeah, Perfect. There you go. It's nice to have bulk, folks. Highly recommend it. Because when you want to start mocking and modding stuff, we can just go and grab stuff. It also pays off to have it really well organized. Okay, so let me see. If I were to go like, let's see. Yeah, if I go like this, like that, and like that. Okay. Oh, maybe that's not quite the right way. So my thought was to have it sort of like right the other way around. So hang on. Yeah, if I flip these. Oh no. Right. So these need to be. What? Oh, hi Smyrny. How are you doing this morning? I'm so happy to find you here, my friend. You let me know when your package comes in. Hasn't been that long, has it? No, it's been almost 3 weeks. So they did say 3 or 4 weeks. Could be more. Comes on the boat, right? Okay. Okay, let's see. This should not be that complicated. Right, like this. Right, like this. And like this. Right. And if I tip it at a certain angle like this. Sounds good, friend, sounds good. Let's see. So we are trying to stabilize the sign because it's getting to be a little bit of a pain, and okay, there we go. There you go, and there you go. Okay. Oh, look at that. Not bad. So if we go like this. Oh. All right. Yeah, if I go like this, it'll be fine. Yeah, much better. That way, I'm gonna be able to have these bricks here without them being too like awkwardly in the way or anything like that. So yeah, like that. How's that? Yeah, much better. Although what doesn't look super great is the bottom is this, right? So now it's just going to be a matter of perhaps oh, nice. London Lego store reopens on Wednesday. Did they close for renovations, or hope they didn't, you know, have anything bad happen there, like a fire or anything like that? I mean, that would never be good. Okay, so let me go and see what I can find in the bulk for that. I think, let's see. Oh, looks like I might have one of these long ones. Is that the right color? It is. Nice. Okay. Oh yeah, we're well, now it's the bottom bracket that I want to hide, right? Because it really doesn't look that great. And I'm just gonna test this out real quick here, but I have a feeling that if let me see, I'm just gonna move a few of these things out of the way here, but if I yeah, eight on each side. Yeah, if I just go like this, yeah, I'm gonna need to take it off for now, but 2, 4, 6, 7, 2, 4, 6. Okay, this 2, 4, 6, 8. There you go. Yeah. So if I just let me see if it looks good enough. It should, I think. Let me see. Solidify these. I might as well. There. How is that? That's much better, but you know what?
Hello there.
It's mostly bulk. Mostly bulk. It is by far the cheapest way of doing that. Otherwise, yeah, Lego pick a brick. I'll just order in bulk whatever it is that I need. And yeah, that's mostly what I do. I'm just trying to think here. Wait, what do you guys think of this? Will it be enough to kind of just go like this? Or should I go 3 deep? Like this. Ah, yeah, that's what I need to do that's what I need to do, don't I? Yeah. So it will indeed need to be a Lego pick a brick bulk order, because there's no way I'm gonna have enough in 3s of these. So in the meantime, where I just had a crazy thought. There's lots of those going around. Let's see. Oh. Yeah, it could be like an underline, actually, now that I come to think of it. Let me see. What I should have enough of is something like light gray. So and that will be easy enough to get more. Oh, who's here? Oh, hi, Mootown. I am just fixing up my sign here. I made a nice little bracket system so they would always remain in the same position, because it's meant to be hiding. Whoops! It's meant to be hiding the cables, right? But if before it was sort of just leaning against it, then it was often falling. So now I'm just hiding the bottom part with what I'm thinking is going to be light gray, because it's what I'm going to have the most of. And it should serve as more or less like an underline, like an, and so as an alternative, you could do tile around the edge and overhang it on the bottom, stud tile around. Yes, you're absolutely right. The problem with that, oh no, I just, oh, that you are clever. You are clever. Do I have enough? That is a question. Let me see. Oh, that is so clever, because I ordered a whole bunch of tiles that are the wrong color for the actual project I wanted to do. And I think the color would do just fine for this project. Yeah, that is very, very clever. Let's see. Let's stick those back in there for now. Haha, Phoenix. Hang on. You'll see. You'll see my idea. I have tons of extra. Yes, white 4. Do I have enough though? That is a question. I need 2, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I need 24. So do I have 24? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. 24, huh? That's what I said? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. No, 1, 2, 6, 7, 8. Oh, yeah, 8, 4, 6, 8. 2, 4, 6, 8, and 2, 4, 6, 8. Oh yeah, I've got tons. Yeah, I ordered white by mistake instead of light gray, so I ended up with a whole pile of white that really. So the idea is to have 2 on, 2 off. Yeah, with 2 on, 2 off, it's going to be absolutely perfect. Now, brick decided to just this brick decided to just topple over. Okay, let's see. And who knows? These guys might actually be better off in front of the speaker. Who knows? Yeah, they might, eh? We'll see. We'll see. But yeah, this is going to be perfect. That is so clever. You said the word tile. Thank you so much. Okay. Let me bring that back. Okay. It's these, isn't it? Yeah, it's these. Okay. There. Okay. So this will definitely have been one of my most oddballs streams, eh? Like we will have done some mocking on stream. First time I do that on stream, I'm pretty sure. And doing a couple of VIP promos and lots of chatting at the beginning. Yeah, like a nice variety stream, truly from beginning to end. you know, never know what will happen next kind of thing. What will Nick do next, right? Oh, yeah, no, that's not gonna work, right? I need to have them, yeah, I need to have them like that, don't I? Yeah, this is really gonna hide everything very nicely. So yeah, let me build in the front here so people can see. There, like this, like that, that, that. Yeah, at first I thought, when I saw all the white tiles, I was like, oh my gosh, did they screw up my order? But no, I went and looked and I did order the wrong colors, so, oh well. It happens. What? All right, because there's 4 of them. My gosh. Math is hard. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, I mean, not bad, eh? Save me what, $50. That board one is kind of pricey. That message board, the big one, is kind of pricey, and it wouldn't have been the perfect size I wanted anyway. And that way, well, this one's unique. It's mine. No one else has the exact same message board. There we go. Look at, oh my gosh, it's beautiful. Look at that. Perfect. Yeah. Now, and the bricks, I'm almost thinking, are going to be better in the front, because otherwise, if I put them here, if I put them in the back like this, I know for a fact that they're gonna keep. Hang on, let me just double check something. Oh, I moved this. Okay. Well, the question is now, do I somehow have enough to go all the way around? I do not know. So that took 32, right? I would need another 32. 3, 4, 5, 2, 4, 6, 8. Okay, 2, 4, 6, 8, because that's one of them. 2, 4, 6, 8. 2, 4, 6, 8, and another 2, 4, 6, 8. Okay, hang on. This one's really beat up. I'll just have to be careful and make sure that they're kind of all new ones, because Some can be quite scratched up. Let me see. Oh, hang on. So, yes, but maybe angle the sign a little bit more towards camera. There's a glare on the bricks word. Oh, okay, sounds good. I'll have a look. I mean, it's not even on right now, so where am I going with this? Okay, yeah, I was just double checking the bricks, making sure they're all sort of newer. They are. Yeah, okay. Then I would need a few more. I would need probably one. Oh, hi, Itzer. How are you doing this morning, my friend? We are mocking a little bit. My sign, after building these 2 bricks this morning, and I'm debating whether I have enough bricks. Oh, yeah, I do have a bunch of smaller ones. That's true. That's true. Now I come to think of it. I do have a whole huge pile of these, so I could go relatively small. I couldn't even do it. Go in a 2x1. So, yeah. How are you doing this morning, my friend? Let's not this, but rather. I don't think it would look completely wrong if I kind of just went like this. Oh, yeah, this one's old and scratched up. This one I just want to double check real quick. Yeah, they're all in really good shape. I'll make sure they're all part of the new batch. So that we don't have one tile that's that 2x4 teal brick was a VIP reward that I redeemed at some point. I would say maybe 2 years ago. But to be honest, it would be really. Oh, thanks for the host, friend. Greatly appreciated. Okay. So. Oh, that's another scratched up one. Okay. There you go. I just want to make sure that there's none that are very much. Like not the same shade of white kind of thing. Even though those are scratched up and they look in really good shape, color-wise. Because I know I have a bunch of brand new ones, I might as well just use all brand new ones, right? Yeah, like this. Okay, there you go. So this will look even better. Whoa. Hang on, folks. My gosh. Okay, I need to move. Hang on, need to move this out of the way. Oh yeah, right. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Not these. Because I know I have a lot of spare. Whoop! What am I doing? A lot of spare. Yeah, 4x1s, white, like this. Because I did order them by mistake. Wrong color. Oh, hi, Jurassic 22. How are you doing this morning? Nice to find you here. How are you? Okay, well, let's see what I can do here. Like this, like that, and like that. Okay. How is that? That is pretty good. So let me put that back on top here and see what it looks like now. I like your emote. Rawr. Okay, so let's see. Aha. Huh. It's good, but the only way I can reach my power button is by pushing it in. But that's okay, really. Oh, let me turn it back on. It's gonna give me an excuse to use my my remote. How about that? What? Oh, come on. Okay. Okay, so how's that? Much better, huh? Because we really can't see the cables up at all. And yeah. No, yeah, really no, absolutely no cables hidden. We have these bricks. Do I want to get these bricks up here? That is the question. Yeah, yeah, thanks. Now let me see if I play a little bit with the camera angle. Because I mean, hang on, from time to time I will be playing with the camera angle quite a bit from time to time. But yeah, if I kind of go like this. Here. Well, now it sort of gives me, what the heck is this? Oh, that's my keyboard tray, right? That's not so bad. Anyway, and this angle will never quite exactly be the same because depending on whether I'm doing Lego or Gunpla or whatever else, the angle, I do get to play with the angle. So yeah, thanks so much for all the help, folks. You all contributed in one way, shape, or form to improving this sign greatly, and without spending a penny, right? Oh, look at that! Look at all the emotes. Thanks for showcasing all the emotes. There's a bunch of new ones. There's 2 new animated emotes available as of late last night, I guess. The drinking coffee one and the cookie eating one. I'm pretty happy with those. And the big brain emote as well is just got approved last night. So, well, it's on the other side. There you go. So, yeah. Well, let's see. Yes, actually, I'm gonna be available later today for sure. Sure. I'm gonna be around. Actually, I need to copy and paste a few things for for Phoenix to help her out with some of her setup. And yeah, thanks so much. Let's find someone to raid into. Hopefully someone is building some Lego or some Gunpla. And whoops. And just put ourselves here for now. There you go. And oh yeah, no, sounds good. Sounds good. Yeah, you let me know when, right? And we can have a look at that together. I'm gonna need a small break now, but I'll be around. Say like, if you hit me up in Discord, you know, I'll be around a bit, just a bit later, like an hour or two. Yeah, well, a whisper in Discord is the best way to kind of chat with me, and you know, we. Yeah, likewise, Blue Wolf. My gosh, always fun making a new friend. It really means a lot. Yeah, without further ado, we're gonna run the credits, and we are going to get a raid message ready right here. So the top one is for people that are subbed and have access to all the emotes, and the bottom one, oh sorry, forgot to roll the credits. So what do we have today? We had Lego Legend and Whippy and Phoenix as moderators around today. Thank you so much. We got a new follower with Blue Wolf 34, and we got some resubs and a new sub with Blue Wolf, Lego Legend, and Artsy Designs. And also thanks to each and every single one of you for being here. You all matter to me, and never hesitate to reach out to me for anything at all. I'm here to help out in any way I can. And I don't even know who's on, but I'm sure we're gonna find someone real quick. Here we go. So there is a streamer that is currently building an... Oh, hang on. No, that's not it. Sorry, folks. Let me see. I'm gonna need to find someone then. It couldn't have been easier, right? Yeah, no, I mean, normally, let's see. Oh, okay. I do not know this person, but hang on. Let me just double check. Okay, is that? Yeah, that's in English. Okay. Anyone have a suggestion in terms of Lego brick builders? Because there's a few that I do not know, and perhaps someone knows one of them. And otherwise, I'm gonna go and have a quick peek at this one, see what they look like. Hello, Witch. Are they brick building? Oh yeah. Oh, it's because they're streaming in Danish. Okay, but you know what? They've been around. She's been around. Let's go and surprise. I think she's a she. Let me just double check here. But I didn't even know that. Hang on. Give me a sec. Okay. All right, now we are going to raid out, folks. Start raid. Thanks so much for everything. And yeah, she's very much part of the community. For some reason, I was not following her yet, but that will be remedied very shortly. Just bear with me. There we go.